The power of embracing doneness and manifestation, the art of letting go. The feeling of doneness is often overlooked in the manifestation process. This video explores the power of embracing this feeling of completion and letting go of attachment to outcomes, allowing for effortless manifestation. Hi, I'm Sonia, and this is a series where I go through the the YouTube AI recommendations of what I should make videos on because they're very popular topics with my viewers, and read the hooks that they give me that they want me to start the videos with, and the outline that they recommend I should make these videos because they're popular, and I'm assuming that it thinks it will get me views if I make this content. If you have seen these videos before, you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so that I know that you like it, and also give me some ideas for what I can title this series because I intend to keep doing these because I find them forever fascinating. There's something that we can call this. But yeah, so let's jump into this one. The power of embracing doneness. I don't even know what that means. The power of embracing doneness and manifestation, the art of letting go. So let's start with our suggested hooks. We got 3 in this one. Tired of chasing dreams with no results? What if the secret to manifestation isn't about pushing harder, but about letting go? You're chasing your dream, you're not doing it right. That's why you're not getting results. And the fact that you're sitting there going, I'm not getting results, is also you not doing it right. Why? Because whatever you tell yourself is true is true. And if that's what you keep coming back to and telling yourself and accepting is true, you're being proven right, making it a perfect manifestation. So you already know the secret to manifestation. Secret to manifestation is changing what you're accepting is true. What if the secret to manifestation isn't about pushing harder, it's about letting go? Letting go of what? That's what I want to know, what they want me to tell people to let go of. What you need to let go of is the idea that you're chasing a dream and you're not getting results. And that this is hard and you need to do more and something's wrong. So I'm curious what it's going to want me to tell you guys. Hook number 2. I used to be obsessed with controlling every detail of my manifestation, but then I discovered the power of embracing doneness. What the fuck is doneness? And it's changed everything. In this video, I'll share my experience and how it can work for you too. If you guys know what doneness is, if you've seen this in videos, please enlighten me to what the fuck it's talking about. I don't understand. From a Neville Goddard perspective, right? Neville taught to live in the end, to go to the end of the wish fulfilled, right? So meaning go past, like, if you want to be happily married, don't focus on the wedding, focus on the marriage. What is it like to be married and be happy? There's your doneness, I guess. When it For me, when I was really obsessed with controlling details in my manifestation, it was because I would be focused, let's say, on being happily married, and then every time something would happen, I would be like, okay, I got to fix this and I got to fix this and this isn't right and this shouldn't be happening and that shouldn't be happening. And I was trying to micromanage the outside world and not focusing on just my mindset, keeping myself coming back to the marriage. I don't know what doneness is. Manifestation isn't about force, it's about surrendering. You have to force yourself to think as if sometimes. I'm just going to be honest. There have been plenty of times where I didn't know how things were going to work out. I didn't know what was going to happen next. I didn't understand what was happening around me. This still happens. Like I understand now it's presence, awareness, choice. Bring yourself back to the present, be aware of what you're accepting is true, and then make a choice about it. And if you need to force yourself to do that, then you need to force yourself to do that. If you keep choosing to think things that you don't want to be true and then you experience them, you're proving to yourself that it works. And you're getting exactly what you're assuming to be true. It's about surrendering. Surrendering what? Let go of the attachment to the outcome and witness the magic of effortless manifestation unfold. This video will show you how. I find this really interesting. If you've watched the other videos that I've posted recently from this, now all of a sudden we're at effortless manifestation and we should just allow it to unfold. Where the past few videos have been make a plan and have action that you're taking toward your shit. Which is it, AI? Which one is it? Manifestation isn't about force, it's about surrendering. Let go of the attachment to outcome and witness the magic of effortless manifestation unfold. This video will show you how. Like I said, you have to keep focus on what you want to be true, and you have to let go of the physical world and controlling it in the moment. If you're going to sit there and micromanage everything that you think you're experiencing, you are not doing it correctly. Every time you are changing it, you are shifting into a different experience. Like you're instead of just taking a straight line to where you want to go, now you're here, and now you're here, and now you're here, and now you're here. And underneath all of that is a belief system that is keeping you from having what you want, whether that's I'm not good enough, or manifesting isn't real, or you need to take a look at what all you are accepting is true, because there's a lot of bullshit going on if that's what you're experiencing. All right, here's our outline. The illusion of control, why trying too hard can hinder manifestation. Manifestation grind can lead to overthinking and a lack of trust in the universe. I don't even know what the manifestation grind is. This is where I said this in the first video I did of this. I'm like, I feel like I'm too stupid to make these videos from AI because it tells me shit that I don't even know. I don't understand what that is. What is the manifestation grind? It can lead to overthinking and a lack of trust in the universe. You are the universe. I am the universe. The universe is inside of us. We are all connected, and the way that the world works is whatever you assume is true will be proven to be true. Change what you are accepting as true, and you have to be proven right. Me, the manifestation grind is you trying to control literally everything and then wondering why none of it works. It's because you're not actually focused on anything other than what you've already always believed to be true, that it doesn't work and that you can't have what you want and it's not working, and you're being proven correct. You says that you are overthinking and you lack trust that it's going to happen. That's what you're accepting is true in the moment. And as long as you continue to accept that is true, what you expect is going to be proven to you to be true. That, because that's what you're choosing. Focusing on the how rather than the what creates resistance and blocks the flow of abundance. I find that so funny because the past few videos I've done, it has been all about how you have to take action toward what you want. You need a plan. You need to use AI to create a plan so that you can manifest your dreams. In my Learn to Manifest course program thing that I'm doing here on YouTube, once you guys get through understanding your internal world, the first set of affirmations that I give you is on building the belief in manifesting. And one of the affirmations I give you is I get everything I need and want, even if I don't know how it will happen. Exactly for this reason. Focusing on how is exactly what I was talking about. If you're worried about how, it's either changing your position and what you're accepting is true and not keeping you on one goal, or it's keeping you from imagining that what you want is possible for you. I want that, but I don't know how it would happen. That is not your job. Your job is to focus on having what you want. And that can take practice if you're not used to doing it. For me, it came when I started telling myself this is going to happen even if I don't know how. It was extremely beneficial, and that's why if I could go back and teach myself how to manifest, I would start off with that, excuse me, with that perspective. And that's why I put that in that learn to manifest. Resistance and blocks the flow of abundance. Nothing can block anything from you. That's a perspective you're choosing. I'm being blocked. I can't have it. Yeah, you're right. Instead of striving, learn to cultivate an attitude of effortless surrender. Oh my God, this is the exact opposite of what all the other videos that I have made today. I think this is the fifth one have that the AI has told me. Now we're creating effortless surrender instead of action. Embrace doneness as a shift in perspective. Doneness doesn't mean giving up, but rather shifting from a state of longing to one of acceptance and gratitude. I just tell myself what I want to be true. I tell myself it's possible. I tell myself it's going to happen. I tell myself what I need to tell myself to put myself in the perspective of I'm getting what I want versus what I don't. I don't use gratitude. I've talked about that a lot in these videos. But if you like gratitude, this is your life. Do it how you want to do it. And that's not like me being condescending or like that's how this works. You need to find what's going to work best for you. Visualize the desired outcome as already realized, feeling the emotions associated with it. I can't visualize, and most of the time, I don't get an emotional response from thinking different thoughts. And it works perfectly for me. It's about what you are accepting as true, and everything, all the rest of that is that comes from Neville. Like, let's just call that what it is. Neville was about visualizing, and he talked about the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And as I'm rereading Neville again, he doesn't say visualize a picture per se. He says visualize, see it in your mind. I don't see a picture, but I can see what I want to experience in my mind in my own way. That's why I started Learn to Manifest the way that I did, so you can get familiar with your internal world. And when it comes to the emotions associated with it, there were plenty of fucking things that I was extremely anxious about and didn't really actually think were going to work, but I kept bringing myself back to that it was going to work, and then it did. You don't have to see it crystal clear and be able to taste it and smell it and feel the feelings associated with it. You just have to bring yourself back to know this is how it is. And if you do feel emotions and you do see vivid visuals, then you use that to shift the way that you're thinking. It's all about what you're accepting is true. Allow yourself to step back from the constant need to fix or control the manifestation process. That I do agree with. Like I said, for me, it became telling myself that everything I'm experiencing means I'm getting what I want. No, I don't know how, but this is me getting what I want. Because if I'm focused on where I want to go, that's where I'm going. If I put in the GPS that I want to go somewhere, I expect it to take me there. Even if it takes me a route I wasn't expecting it to, because it's factoring in distance and speed and all these things, and it's going to take me the most popular route unless I give it specific instructions, right? It's the same concept. It's the same concept. Power of letting go, releasing attachment to outcome. Attachment to specific outcomes creates tension and limits possibilities. Didn't you just say that you need to be clear on what you want? Or was that in a different one? There was another one where it was like, you need to be clear about what you want. Attachment to specific outcomes creates tension and limits possibilities. You need to know what you want to be true. What is the end goal? Focus on that. I think it's more important to pay attention to the tensions and the worries that you're facing and the limits that you're putting on yourself. Like, it has to happen this way, and if this isn't happening, then it's clearly not working. That needs to go. But you have to know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. So I want to be happily married, but I'm not going to focus on being happily married because that's an outcome that's too specific, and it's limiting the possibility of me being married when that's what I want. That's stupid. Learn to detach emotionally, trusting that the universe will deliver what is best for you. Oh man, okay, so now we need to cultivate the emotions associated with it, but now we need to detach from emotions. In my experience, it doesn't have anything to do with your emotions. It has to do with what you're telling yourself is true. And I don't trust that the universe is going to do what's best for me. When I had that mindset from my law of attraction days, it drove me insane. The universe will give you this or something better. Well, no. The universe is going to give me what I want because I said so. And if that's what I believe and that's what I tell myself, guess what I'm going to experience? It is all about what you are telling yourself and what you're thinking all the time. When I had that idea of, oh, well, the universe is going to deliver what's best for me, it kept me from even dreaming about what I really wanted my life to be like, because I guess the universe is just going to give me what's best for me. And it's I was in that mindset when I started working at the restaurant. I groomed dogs for over a decade. I owned my own business. I quit grooming, walked away from my business, and I ended up working at a restaurant. And I really loved working there in the beginning. And this was the beginning of 2020. It was like February of 2020. And for about 6 months, I absolutely loved that job. And then after that, it was about 6 months in, I was like, I think I need to leave. But I was in this mindset of, oh, but the universe is doing what's best for me, and I just have to trust the process. And deep down, I knew I wanted to leave, but I didn't allow myself to, and I didn't allow myself to be open to what could be next if I left. I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to wait until the universe shows me where to go and what to do. And I ended up staying there another year after that and was absolutely miserable by the time I left. I should have left when I wanted to leave. And that had nothing to do with the universe doing what was best for me. It was, I have things that I want to do and beliefs that I want to hold, and it is my responsibility to do what I need to do as things happen in my life. I don't like this perspective. I don't agree with it at all. And if that's how you like to live your life and it works for you, then that's you. And all I can do is speak from my perspective. But that law of attraction, that shit was not beneficial to me. What has been beneficial to me is knowing that I can have anything that I want, down to whatever detail I want it. I'm not going to necessarily know how I'm going to get there, but if I'm telling myself that this is what's true, then I believe and I know that that's where I'm going to go. Like I said, I focus on having what I want, and everything happening around me is me getting what I want. That is what works for me. Focus on the journey, savoring the present moment, and allowing the unexpected blessings to unfold. Again, with the journey thing, You're telling yourself it's a journey, it's a journey. Um, Savoring the present moment. I live my life. I do the things I want to do. I take care of the things I want to do. I come back and affirm and tell myself that things are the way I want them to be, and I'm trusting that it all works out. Why? Because that's how it has worked. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. I can go back and look at all the shit that I was creating in my life and go, yep, that was absolutely me focusing on shit and then receiving and manifesting and experiencing shit. I don't view it as a journey. Like life as a whole is a journey, but I manifest me getting to the manifestations I want isn't a journey, it's a choice. I'm either getting there or I'm not in the present moment, which is a allow the unexpected blessings to unfold. I do agree with that in a way. Again, if you are very holding on to it and looking for all the signs and is this working? Is that working? Does this mean it's happening? You're not in the right mindset for it to happen. And until you shift that, you're going to be stuck in this like cycle of bullshit. The art of surrendering, or the art of surrender, finding inner peace and alignment. Embrace a go with the flow mentality, allowing the universe to guide your path. Honestly, anymore, I live my life more like I did on a day to day basis, more like I used to before I knew about manifesting than what I was doing when I was working at the restaurant. I understand now that it all comes down to a choice. I started my YouTube channel 2 years ago. I, at the end of that first year, filmed enough videos to give me 6 months of content that I could post every day but not have to film. And then right after that, decided I didn't want to make YouTube videos anymore. So I spread that content out, and it gave me a second year of content. And then, as I was coming up on my 2 year anniversary, this past year, there has still been this what about YouTube? That's actually, there was more to that. I forgot. I didn't spread it out to give me content for a year. I spread it out to give me content from June 2024 to the next time I would need to post was January of 2027. So I'm like, well, in like 3 years, I'll know if I want to do YouTube or not. And in that time, I went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was kind of like when I first started on YouTube. I went back and forth on whether I wanted to be a YouTuber forever. And what I've realized in this last time in doing it was you're going to get what you tell yourself is true. So, what are your problems with YouTube? And like, what do you actually want? And it was when I started to look at the things that kept bouncing in my head in circles, and I started to deconstruct them and get clarity on what the fucking problem was and addressed it through presence awareness choice. And I kept bringing myself back to getting that clarity and then having that clarity and then allowing it to be there, that all of a sudden I wanted to start making YouTube videos again. But I wanted to do it the way I want to do it now. I go and I watch those videos I filmed a year ago and I barely fucking recognize myself. But that, I don't believe I believe that we're here to experience what we tell ourselves is true. We're here to create our life, have the experiences that we want, the way that we want to have them. It's a choice internally of finding the peace within so that you can experience the peace without. Embrace a go with the flow mentality, allowing the universe to guide your path. Unless that means become aware of what you're thinking and then make a choice about it, I don't know what that means. Because that the way that's worded and the way I would have done that in my law of attraction days versus what I from my experiences now is completely different. Recognize that surrender is not passive, but a powerful act of faith in your own inner wisdom. That's what I did when I stayed at the restaurant for an extra year. And the whole time it was the same as with YouTube. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay? Should I go? I want to go, but I don't know what I would do. Well, because I don't know, then I should just stay. That's how I used to live my life. I did the same thing grooming dogs too. And until I started realizing, unless I have a destination of where I'm going, that's what my life is going to be. So now it's presence, awareness, choice. I catch that shit and then I choose something internally in here. I make the choices in here, choosing the perspective and bringing myself back to those perspectives because that's where everything starts. Your ideas and your inspirations and your desires and your actions are all going to be based on what you're constantly accepting as true. Recognize that surrender is not no, did I read this? Recognize that surrender is not passive, but a powerful act of faith within your own inner wisdom. I wasn't listening to my inner wisdom when I was surrendering and trusting the universe. So that's my personal experience with that. Practice techniques like meditation and journaling to cultivate a deeper connection to your intuition. My intuition was screaming to me at those times. Those desires, those things that I wanted to be fulfilled, that was the first step of following my intuition. Oh, I want that, so I'm going to start imagining having it and being that person. The rest follows suit. Um, Meditating, if you want to. Journaling, if you want to. I'm not going to tell you that you have to use those practices. That's a choice that you need to make for yourself. How would I know if I need to try that for myself? If it sounds like, yeah, I'd like to try journaling, try journaling. See what happens. And if you don't like it, guess what? You don't have to do it. Living in abundance with living in a living in alignment with doneness, embracing abundance. Shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, recognizing that the universe is constantly providing. You're going to experience what you tell yourself is true. That's the law. That's how this works. If you are focused on how you can't and how you won't and how there's scarcity and you're never going to do this and blah, 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 you're choosing that for yourself. If you choose that everything is possible to you and we live in abundance and there's more than enough and I get everything I want, you're going to be proven right. So which one do you want to be true? It's not that the universe is constantly providing, you're going to be proven right. Develop an attitude of gratitude for the good things already present in your life. No, I don't do this. When what you tell yourself is true, and your focus determines what you're going to experience next, why in the fuck would you put more attention on the shit that you currently have if it's not something that you want to be experiencing? I am not going to make myself grateful for things I don't want. I'll say that I'm grateful for things that I want to have as if it's true right now. And I rarely do that because I don't enjoy the gratitude shit. It stresses me out. I can't explain it, but it makes me extremely anxious, especially this. Especially that. When I was at my lowest and people were like, "Well, just be grateful for what you have." It made everything worse. And I had to stop doing it because it was making everything it was upping my anxiety insanely bad. And I know I'm not the only person who's experienced this because I've come across other people who've had the same experience. So if that's you, stop doing that. Clearly that is not what is best for you to get your mindset under control, because that's what all of this is about finding what is best to get your mindset under control. Embrace doneness as a conscious state of being, attracting effortlessly what you what you truly desire. So, is this the new way of Neville's say, embrace doneness as a conscious state of being, attracting effortlessly what you truly desire? Your state of consciousness needs to be the feeling of the wish fulfilled, meaning telling yourself that what you want to be true is true. Is that how we're wording things now? Because it wasn't confusing enough. Embrace doneness as a conscious state of being, attracting effortlessly what you truly desire. I find it so funny that now we're in a video. It brought up 5 recommendations, and I'm making those 5 videos today. Now, after all the other videos talking about how you need a plan and you need to work toward your goals and shit, now it's effortlessly going to unfold and you're going to get your desires because the universe is always providing and making things work for you. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. That's what it all comes back to. All of it. Always. The better you get at choosing what you accept as true, everything else will be everything else will change. The way you do that is by making that choice on a moment to moment basis and being clear of where you want to go. And then it's the repetition of bringing yourself back to your new truth that makes it all happen, because that's how it's always worked. You can go back and look at your life before you knew about manifesting, think about what you accepted as true, and look at the things that were happening around you. You're always proven right in what you accept as true, what you believe. Excuse me. I think this was my last video on this page here today. Let's see. Oh yeah, titles. Stop chasing manifestation, embrace doneness, and let it go. The secret to manifestation, the power of doneness. Manifestation isn't about doing, it's about being. Doneness explained. Letting go is the key. Mastering doneness in manifestation. It isn't about doing, it's about being. Now it's not about doing. All the other videos, it was all about how you got to do things and take action. And not about doing, it's about being. Doneness explained. Telling yourself that what you want to be true is either going to be true or is true right now. Adopting the mindset, the thought processes of having what you want and letting go of the rest of the bullshit. That's it. That's how you do it. That's how you've always done it. That's how you're always going to do it. Please let me know if people are using doneness as a popular term that's going around now, because apparently this topic is very popular with my viewers, and I no longer watch manifestation content, so I don't know what's going around. And if that is what's going around, okay. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you guys like these kind of videos. And again, give me a title for this series. I want to keep doing these because I find them really funny and interesting, and it gives me something to talk about. And hopefully gives you guys an insight into where creators are getting their inspiration for the videos that they're making. But unlike them, I'm still speaking from my experience, because that is all that I truly know is my own personal experience. I'm not going to come on here and regurgitate information from AI in order to get views. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.